Hi, so just a bit of an update on how the EE Power Up program's been going.
We've had several skill sessions. We had a really good scrim session last night.
We met everyone, we met the gang.
It was actually my first scrim ever.
UP is always someone that I've looked up to.
Getting that feedback from the Game Changers coach has been invaluable. I've learned so
Since we last saw them, our mentees have translated their acquired knowledge into action as they continue to work on refining and elevating their gaming techniques. But in the world of competitive gaming, the quest to become a better gamer goes beyond the screen. Join me, GK Barry, as we explore in this episode the vital elements of nutrition, mental well-being and motivation to unlock a champion's mindset in the competitive gaming scene. Before the day's session, I caught up with the mentees to discuss their current diets. So I want to know a little bit more about your diets. So what do you guys eat? What's the vibe?
energy drinks.
Energy drinks, nice. Do you ever feel like your diets have affected you in a negative way? Like, is it? Yeah.
I used to undereat quite a lot as well, so that affected like concentration and energy levels as well.
I guess it could go either or.
Sometimes if I don't eat, I get very irritable. My teammates can annoy me quite quickly.
For me, if I have not been eating much, I think I play much worse. I do notice that I tend to become more sluggish if I eat junkier foods.
To help optimise our mentees' performance, we brought in a nutrition expert.
I'm Emily English and I'm a nutritionist. So nutrition actually has a really important role for things like focus, mood, energy levels, and also supports things like our vision and our reaction times. Today in this session, I really want to help show you guys how food can influence things like your brain, your focus, and just overall general well-being. I'm going to show you how to make one of my favourite lazy dinners, and this is my all-in-one pot Thai red noodles.
So I'm a 40-year-old mum of two. I have two boys, 5 and 8. It's difficult to try and look after myself as well as them at the same time, and I think I do neglect myself a little bit.
With your day-to-day gaming habits, what does your nutrition and diet look like around that?
I'll choose something sometimes that might take an hour to cook. I'm like, right, I could squeeze a game in there.
I find it especially difficult trying to introduce food into my kids' diet.
Yeah.
So I end up finding I have to cook 2, 3, maybe even 3 different types of meals on a night. I've got scrims at 7, I've got to feed the kids at 5 and 6, where am I going to fit into this? So a quick meal and on the PC, and I'm practicing with my team.
Enhancing brain health doesn't have to be complicated. We want to go and grab a quick ready meal. Can we sprinkle that ready meal with some fresh herbs? The main thing that I always say to go off is that colour, the protein and the fibre.
I think the dish looks amazing. If you served that to me at a restaurant, I'd pay for it.
I definitely learned from Emily's session how to make good food quickly.
It was really eye-opening to see all the science behind it. The esports industry is becoming very similar to the sports industry, and because it's a competitive scene as well, you want to make sure that you are in tip-top condition.
Have you guys had any sort of mental blocks or anything like that has stopped you performing as well?
A lot of people feel the need to make a comment,
Yeah.
and then they just keep building on it.
You guys have extra pressure as well because you are female. It feels like you're living up to that standard of of course, that female player, she's not very good. So I think it sort of goes hand in hand. To excel under stress, we brought in a sports psychologist.
Hello, my name's Edgar Chekera. I'm a performance consultant and I work in traditional sports and esports. Sports psychology is an important element of performance. A lot of what we do as performers is based on how our mind works and how we think. When we can address the mental aspect, our performance can skyrocket significantly. Welcome. This is the workshop on championing mindset. Imagine all your negative thoughts, feelings, and physical feelings and represent it in the creature that you're going to make.
This is Carly. She's kind of like a blanket that covers all the negative stuff. So it does overwhelm me. So I just try to cover it up as best as possible, pretend it's not there.
If I've had a bad day at work or I'm really tired, if the way I'm feeling does affect my gameplay, then I just go downhill from there.
So if we feel like a bad emotion, we might just trying to separate from it or leave the room. But the approach to be taken is more about embracing it. It is something I'm experiencing, not it is me.
I think what we learned today is that you don't have to face things alone.
Similar to what Tilly said, it's the stress of not performing well in ranked and you're falling into that stereotype of women are bad at games, you know? You perform even worse because you're overthinking a lot of things.
It's always overwhelming talking about, you know, emotions and especially high stress emotions. But I'm really excited to work on the stuff that he's given us.
When I was working with performers, I've recommended like Calm, for example, where you kind of breathe through and go through like a body scan as well. So it's helping me at least be present with whatever you're feeling at the time too. If you're striving to be perfect, it's probably what's going to let you down and stops you from being flexible.
I've got a few more tools now that I can use to kind of keep my mental in a good place in game.
Take a step back and realise when I am sort of over-worrying myself.
I feel like when I go home, I'm going to have a better understanding of how to control these emotions and how to deal with them.
Our mentees will now gear up for an exciting journey to Berlin, where they'll explore Riot Studios, meet industry professionals, and experience the thrills of watching Giant X play at a live Valorant match.
Super excited about Berlin.
We've been told of a few exciting things that are coming up.
Would ask for about a group of girls to do it with either.
I'm so excited.